So tonight, our next speaker embodies the 10X mindset. He's a CEO, a visionary, and kingdom builder who's redefining success one step at a time. Get ready for a message that's going to stretch your thinking, motivate your mindset, and move you to start a fire. He's here from Brandon, Mississippi, one of our very own. Let's give it up for the 10X mindset, the CEO, Jeremy Sanford.
Life, too short for small dreams, too fragile for fear, and too precious to waste. Ladies and gentlemen, you're here tonight because something about the title of 10X propelled you, magnetized you to want to come to this conference. And I believe that you didn't just come here just to be motivated, just to be inspired. I believe you came here for some principles to take you from the level that you are to the next level, 10X success. Tonight, what I want to do is I want to give you some principles that have helped me and they're going to help you to get to the next level. All of you have dreams, but it's not about just having dreams. It's about having the courage to 10X those dreams. If you have a goal of accomplishing $1 million next year, I want you to 10X that. Add a zero to it. If you have a goal of making whatever it is in college, I want you to 10X that dream. It takes courage to make a bigger dream. Some of you already have dreams tonight, but tonight what I want to do, my entire purpose is to plant a seed that multiplies into something bigger. Do you mind if I tell you a story? Y'all mind if I tell you a story? A story that is near and dear to my heart. Just about a year ago, maybe around this exact time, I was standing in a dimly lit room in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I was standing over an incubator in the NICU, looking at my son. He was 4 pounds. He had tubes everywhere. Machines were beeping. And as I looked at this precious life, I thought to myself, he's so fragile, I don't even want to breathe on him. And in that moment, something dawned on me. A voice spoke to me and said, Jeremy, it's time for you to step into bigger. I said, what are you talking about, Lord? Stepping into bigger. This is not the moment for me to be talking about life goals and dreams. This is the moment that I need to be thinking about how to get this baby out of the hospital and how to get my wife's eyesight back. My wife was in the corner. She was asleep. My son was there, precious little guy, and it dawned upon me that this little guy had enough courage to fight for his life. And I thought to myself, if Jeremiah had the courage to fight and to move forward, how much more should we? He had the courage to say, no, I'm not going to give up. I know I've been through a lot, but I'm going to have the courage to move forward. Jeremiah is here tonight. He's back there sleeping, but he's a testament of what it looks like to have courage. You know, it takes courage to 10X your dreams. It takes courage for you to go past what people told you was impossible. Brother Chuck talked about it. He brought the check home, and his wife essentially said, what's this? It's amazing that at times people will convince you that it's not possible. But I came to tell you that it is possible if you can believe. 10Xing your dreams, it starts with courage. And I want to just share a few things that I've learned. When God told me to step into something bigger, it was at a moment that I was making 6 figures, had great health insurance, working for a wonderful company. But the Lord was pressing upon my heart that now it's time for you to step out on faith, start your own company. It takes courage to do that. It takes faith to do that. Because now I have a newborn baby, a wife that's an entrepreneur, how in the world am I going to provide for them? But how many know that God sometimes causes us and inspires us to walk on water? He says, sometimes I need you to get out of the boat. And the boat, sometimes, y'all know the story. A lot of you all know the Bible. The Bible lets us know that Peter was in the boat and the other disciples were not, they didn't have enough courage to get out. But you know what Peter did? Peter jumped out of the boat. And Peter was willing to walk on water. He did something that nobody else did because he had the courage to step out on faith. Young man, you have a dream, you have a vision, and it is your responsibility to protect that from the people that we refer to as haters and skeptics and people that don't believe that it is possible. Did you know that the Wright brothers, they created the first airplane, and there were people that said it's impossible for you to fly. It's impossible for something that's heavier than air to fly through the air. But guess what? All of us, most of us that are in here have been flying on airplanes because somebody believed beyond the doubt. I want to tell you today, you should have the courage to dream bigger. Are you man enough? Are you woman enough to 10x your dream? Or do you have the fear that says, you know what, I'm just going to stay in the boat? If you stay in the boat, you will never do what is considered to be impossible. It's your time to step out of the boat and to have the courage to do what seems impossible. What is courage? Courage is doing something that seems impossible in the midst of fear. Somebody said, do it even if you're afraid. What have you been dreaming of that you've been sitting on all this time? God planted something inside of you. And some of you all have been sitting on dreams and visions and scared to step up to the plate. But my purpose tonight is to push you up out of the boat. It's time to get up out of the boat. No longer are you going to stay in the ship, but I'm pushing you out there onto the water because you have been destined to walk on water. You have been destined to have the courage to dream bigger. Everybody say, have courage to dream bigger. What I want to show you tonight is it takes courage to do some things. I decided in February of this year that I was going to leave a federal job, good benefits, a dentist plan. I got some pretty nice teeth. Health benefits, you name it. I could get off when I wanted to. You know, 4 weeks out of the year, I could go on paid vacation. But it was something inside of me that had an itch that says, it was a whisper, almost a nagging voice on the back of my head that just kept on saying, Jeremy, you've got to step into something bigger. You got to get out of your safe place. Because if you get out of your safe place, I'm going to show you something that you've never seen before. I decided to do something that nobody else in my office did. I turned in my letter of resignation, and I said, I'm out of here because I'm getting ready to go to what's next. It takes courage to do that. But if I could do it, you can do it as well. I want to inspire you, even if it's only one person tonight. I want to inspire you that whatever it is that you've been dreaming about, God planted it on the inside of you. It didn't just get there. It's not just coincidence that you have an idea to start your own business or Layla to start her own photography business. Do you think that was coincidence? No. They have been designed to do that. And so if you step back and say, you know what, I don't want to do it out of fear, you'll never reach your full potential. I decided, I turned in my letter of resignation, and my boss came to me and she said, are you sure you want to do this? In a time like these, are you sure? I said, absolutely. It felt like a moment like, Lord, you're going to have to really help me. But I did it. And I'm so grateful that I decided to step out on faith. It is a liberating experience when you decide to step out on faith and to have courage. I want to remind you, have courage. If you don't have courage, you'll never reach your full potential. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. My dad always talks to me all the time. He says, Jeremy, it's not a goal if you don't write it down. Do you know that you're 10 times more likely to accomplish your goals if you write it down? Believe it or not. And this is crazy, and gals. But after I turned in my letter of resignation, I signed up for a coach, an executive coach, to help me to get to my goals. And you know one of the first things that she told me to do? Now, let me put this quick caveat. I paid her a lot of money, more than I really even want to talk about. But you know the first thing that she told me to do? She told me to write down your goals. And she said, Jeremy, how much money do you want to make? And I told her the amount. She said, okay. I said, man, I wish I would have said more. She didn't even flinch, because sometimes a person can see further than what you can even see for yourself. And maybe I made that number too small. But when I got that executive coach, they told me something. They said, write it down. And they did what was called mind movies. I don't know if you know it or not, but billionaires use these things called mind movies. Have you ever heard, anybody ever heard of a mind movie? You can create what's called a mind movie in an app called Canva. And essentially, you take all of your goals and you put it into this movie, and you watch it in the morning when you wake up, and you watch it at night before you go to bed. Billionaires do this, and they accomplish their goals. It has been shown strategically that billionaires do this, they accomplish all of their goals. I have learned that every goal that I have written down, I have accomplished. So my challenge to you tonight is write down your goals and watch and see, don't they manifest? You can never get to a goal that you can't see first. But when you write it down, make the vision plain, you'll be able to get to heights that you never thought were possible. Michael Jordan is an inspirational character to most of us. And he often said that it's not about if I can accomplish it, it's just a matter of time. Michael Jordan would say things like this: I never lost a game. I really never lost a game. I just ran out of time. And so my encouragement to you is, it's not whether or not you're going to accomplish your goals. It's just, somebody say, a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. A matter of time for your dreams to manifest. A matter of time for you to 10x what you thought was possible. It's just a matter of time. 10x your dreams. I'm pushing you out of the boat to 10x your dreams. Put a 0 behind what you thought was possible, because now it's time for you to 10x what you believe was possible. Do you have the courage to do it, or are you scared? If you have courage, it is possible.